everybody, it's Mandy from Travel Forge. So I talked about how we went on our road trip to Nebraska for Thanksgiving. While we were gone, Matt and Elle were on duty here, and I had Matt work on some caramelized onions and roasting some peppers. So the idea is two things. One, we want to put some of these in long-term storage, but we want to test them and see what we think about them. When Matt and Elle go out on trail, they would love to have something better than like crappy typical hiker food. And buying freeze-dried food is super expensive. So if I can get some stuff prepped for them, that would be really good that they only have to add water to. That would be amazing. So we're testing. I've never freeze-dried caramelized onions. I think it's going to be fine. But Matt got a bunch of caramelized onions ready for me while we were gone. We had some onions in storage that were starting to go soft. So this is the perfect project for that. And then he did some roasted jalapenos. So as with any, freeze-drying thing, we have our trays here. I only have 2 trays at the moment because I have 4 in the freeze dryer and 2 are already staged in the freezer. I might be able to fit all this on here. If not, we'll just do another round. So 2 goals here, like I said. 1, we want to try rehydrating them, see what we think, use them as a crouton on like a green salad or something, which I think is going to be phenomenal. Because typically when you freeze dry things, the flavor intensifies. So an intensified flavored caramelized onion on a salad is probably going to be amazing. The other thing we wanted to do is powder some of it and make some roasted pepper seasoning and some caramelized onion seasoning, which will be amazing on anything. Steak, chicken, I mean, we could put it in anything. We love making seasonings. We love doing funky things with food. So we are just going to get these staged on trays and then we'll get them in the freeze dryer. When they come out, we'll see what they taste like. I have no doubt that they're going to be amazing. So we got these are actually caramelized peppers and onions together, which is amazing. And they smell delicious. So the only thing I didn't get on was the roasted jalapenos, which is fine. We can put these on the next 2 trays. So we have these on here. They smell, oh my gosh, they smell so, so good. So I'm going to get these in the freezer in my rack. I'll show you that. I've showed it in the past how we queue up for the freeze dryer. And then these will go on 2 trays once they're available. All right, so we're in the pantry. You've seen this before if you've been following us for a while. But here is the rack that I use to queue up trays for the freeze dryer. So it is a little bit tricky depending on what kind of freezer you have. We did have to, I think we had to, we had to take a door or a rack out of this door in order to make it work. But it is so worth it because before I was just balancing them in a freezer and hoping that they didn't spill. Do you have to pre-freeze? I get this question all the time. You do not have to pre-freeze, but it does save your machine from having to do the freezing. Just less wear and tear on your machine, less electric because the freezer's already running. So I might as well freeze them in here. So we're gonna get those freezing in here, out here in the dark mudroom. Out here in the mudroom, we got the freeze dryer going. I have bread and butter pickles in here. I have a video about these. We did 2 things with this. We made pickle seasoning for like potato chips, french fries, whatever, hash browns, anything you want to add pickle seasoning to. And then we also are just eating these as chips. So I just have like 2 half-gallon mason jars on the counter and we just snack on them. They are so delicious. So I talked in that video about how these were getting soft because they were from 2020 and I really need to do something with them and this worked amazing. So I'll link that video in the description if you want to check that out. All right, so next day, these took just under 24 hours to do the caramelized onions and peppers. So we're gonna cancel it. Jamie always loves the help. So hit defrost. Hold on, no, hit continue. All right, oh, hold on. That's all right. We can just leave the door open. If you accidentally do that and don't defrost, you can just leave the door open and let it go and it'll be fine. All right, why don't you get down and I'll hand you a tray. They look amazing. They taste amazing. So we're gonna put these into a jar and we'll get these on the shelf. All right, so I crunched them up pretty good in this jar because frankly, I am running a little low on half-gallon mason jars and I just didn't want to take up 2 jars. So we have either a crunchy topping, we could put it on casserole, we could put it like crushed chicken with it, we could, whatever. We could crush it even more into like more of a powder and make a seasoning with it. So this is going to be delicious. It's a little spicy because he mixed the jalapenos in, but it's really good. It's gonna be delicious. It smells amazing. So here I am again telling you about how to make some really delicious seasoning from things you probably already have with your freeze dryer. If you have questions about this, let me know. We'll see you next time.